Alright, I'm announcing that I have a Discord server. Just gonna be a quick minute. If you want to skip ahead, go ahead. But I have a Discord server now, and this is gonna be mainly for Black Clover Mobile. I'm gonna try to make it a Black Clover Mobile hub, obviously using my 30,000 follower Twitter account to garner some more attention to it. So we are gonna have leaks. I did put leaks from Vanilla server. She gave me the permission, so here we are. And in it, you could just talk about BCM, get help and advice. I'll probably add maybe a builds channel later to get all the builds in one single channel. It's gonna be much more clean for me to put my guides in. So if you want to find certain guides, I feel like this is gonna be much better than going through YouTube, right? Now, leaks will be in here too. You could talk about leaks. We could talk about leaks together. And I will also make basically CC roles. So if you get to a certain amount of CC, you're gonna get a role in the server. And also, I'm gonna be constantly updating events with the current banners out. So yeah, that's kind of a little tease as to what is gonna be shown in this video. But we did see Black Asta, so we already know like about when it's coming out. So if you want to be 100% up to date, and it does convert to your time, right? So it's exactly your time. So for me, it's at 1 a.m. usually that Black Asta should come out, but it will be the exact time it's coming out in your time zone for these banners. That's basically how it's going to be. And hey, if you want to complain about BCM, you could go right here. So come on, join the Discord. And I know a lot of you guys were asking about this, so yeah. Now, anyway, the banner schedule. We were guessing that Midnight Sun was going to be coming out from the 3rd to the 10th, which was, well, Sunday to next Sunday, and I mean, we're right. Now we have both of the dual banners, and both of these are at 1% rates. Okay, so Lich is at 1%, Rise at 1% on their own banners, Fauna's at 1%, Veto's at 1%, which is also a 50-50 split for the pity, but there's an exchange shop where if you pull the dupes of one, you could exchange them for 2 dupes of the other. So you could do twice, you could exchange the dupes of 2 for 2 dupes of the other. I think it's a decent system. Now, why exactly? Well, BCM leaks confirm this, and I mean, I got confirmation from Vanilla too, but the thing is, Vanilla hasn't posted about it, but basically, the start date is going to be on the 9th for the Midnight Sun for these 2 dual banners, and then it's going to be ending on the 23rd. That, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but this single banner, I think that's just something you found from previous, like they just had it in the files. Now, what could it be also is the paid banner where they're giving step 3, if you do 3 paid multis, you get the skill page, and then at step 5 you get you could do this once. At step 5 you get the new unit. I could see them doing this for like Lich and also maybe I would say Fauna. I feel like that's what they would do, because Fauna, obviously you don't want to summon for Veto. So that's going to be my guess in terms of that. Now the 23rd, I was guessing that season, or Canada, when the season would end on Canada, right? What's it called? Because it was at the same time for Canada and Global, and the seasons ending and the seasons changing, where Global's getting season 2, Canada's getting season 3, and Canada's been following pretty well the pickup banners they get in the season. So I was guessing, what if Julius comes out on Global 2, and maybe we're going to get it at the state, because this is the end date for the pickups, and then you would have to imagine a new pickup would arrive, and you know, Vanilla was also maybe guessing that Julius would be in season 2, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's not confirmed, but Julius might be coming very soon, right? It's either going to be Kyato and Kohono or Julius, but to be fair, look at this date, 12/23. That's 2 days away from Christmas. Do you think they're going to drop Kyato and Kohono for Christmas? I don't think so. So that's the other thing that's making me think that. Now, yeah, let's talk about the important thing. Midnight Sun's dropping in 6 days. 6 days, bro. That is not a lot of time. If we look at it, it's dropping before these banners end, which is actually pretty good. That's good, because you don't want it to end. Well, I mean, like, it's good just because of the fact that, like, if the Midnight Sun banners came out after, it would have been already too late. Like, only 5 days to summon got me fucked up. And it also finishes on the 23rd, which is after the season ends by 4 days. So that is another good thing to talk about. Now, yeah, for these, I don't think it's actually going to be a solo banner that's free. It's going to be one of these paid banners, if anything. Now, let's talk about the units. I want to start with Lich and Raya. This is going to be a very vague type of should you summon, I guess, because I want to make a proper one when we have the updated dupes, if they do update the dupes. That is the thing, because they've updated the dupes of the pickup Yami and also the seasonals. So you got to imagine that the dupes will be updated for Lich, Raya, Fauna, and Veto. Now, if I'm saying Lich wrong, I don't know. Is it Licked? If it's Licked, I'll say Licked. For now, okay, we'll go with Licked. We'll go with Licked, and we'll go from there. Now, Licht is very good, where he is going to be... Let me go on Licht. Basically, he's going to be giving crit rate on all 3 of his attacks, but it's only for that attack, not after. And he has good good scalings. This goes up to 170% for a skill 2. Has defense penetration, insane. Then the skill 1, crit rate, right? Skill 2, alt crit rate, 120% AoE. It's going to be decently strong if you get his dupe passives where he gets 10 up to 20% crit damage here. And then he's going to have a total of 72.5% crit damage just at base, which is very strong. And he has ammo for 1 turn when he falls under 30%, so he just can't die for 1 turn minimum. Now the main part of his kit is mainly the combo with Raya, where the AoE is going to be doing 120%, but the buffs are way better, where here it's 20% defense penetration, and then on Raya's part it's going to be giving all attack, and he's going to copy 1 buff, which also makes him much stronger. And because of how many hits there are, because it's like a bunch of little swords that like attack, you're going to be able to technically, what's it called? You're going to be able to get many crits in if you're very unlucky. So that's another good thing. But considering List is a crit unit, that's going to make it so that you're probably going to get the crits, right? Now Raya is more of a copy unit, or a buff unit, I guess, where if he has a buff, he does an extra attack of 30% on AoE, which is very strong because it's an AoE. So 30% extra attack and magic attack is super duper strong. Then the alt is going to be doing 15% increased damage dealt per buff, which means you could get up to like 150% extra damage, and then also you do an extra attack worth 70% of attack and magic attack if you have 2 or more buffs. Then the skill 2 does copy buffs, so that is very good. Now I don't really like his enhanced passive, his dupe passive, where you get attack every time a buff expires, but we'll have to see how they change it. He does get HP recovery per wave when a buff expires, which is interesting but not really that crazy. So these 2 units are pretty good, but as of right now, unless they change the dupe for Raya, I recommend only getting one of the 2, and primarily Raya, because we're going to probably get the raid when this comes out, and Raya is the best raid unit in the game because of this specifically. You just buff him up and then GG. I've done, I think, 1.8 million damage with him, single target, and that was with pretty bad gear overall on him, so pretty nice. Then Fauna and Vettel, the thing is, Vettel kind of sucks because he's not buffed on global, which GG, I don't know. But basically, how he works is that he does more damage when there's people dead on his skill 2, 20% up to 50% per dead ally, right? Extra damage. But the thing is, when he's alone, he's still not really that crazy, especially because he has to pierce through barrier damage too a lot of the times. So it's not really that good. His ult does have lifesteal, but it's also just not that good. But Fauna has a double AoE, and on the ult, it gives all attack for 2 turns. Then this also has a chance to do burn damage with the skill page, and you do want to get her skill page because it's all attack buff. It's the same as the purple destruction one, so that's cool. Now I just don't, you get 15% increased damage that when HP is at 100%. I don't get that. I don't, it feels weird. But you do get 7% up to, I think, like 14 favored damage dealt with the dupe passive. So she has a good kit, very good grinder. But if you build Blue Yami at this point in the game, especially since we're getting it so close to launch, there's no point to get Fauna. Especially since you can't pour your resources into another blue DPS when you need to kind of speed it up for PvE and all that. So definitely, I think this banner is a must skip. Then this one we're gonna have to see, but I think you should try to get one of the 3 green DPS in the game: Fuego, Raya, or Lich, right? So those are the 3 that I would recommend, right? Getting it so soon though is interesting. It's very interesting, especially because 10 days later we get the Noel. But Noel we're going to be talking about next video, actually, or in like 2 videos from now, because I have another video scheduled. But yeah, that's it. Make sure you guys join the Discord. I would really appreciate it, and I want this to go well. We're gonna have game announcements, gonna talk about the game, make sure that everyone's updated very similarly to the Twitter. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.